What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about TOSHI today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. It is the 6th of May. Here we are at 30347 right now. You had a little bit of a drop today, didn't you? And you pulled back up. That's nice. You're only down like 3%, not even on the day. If we're looking at this here from a relative low to a relative high, you've moved just below your 382 and you wicked below it, and now we're looking to close above it, right? This is actually a very common thing to do. Common behavior when finding a relative low is that you wick just below the 382 and then you come up by the end of the day and you close above it, right? So we have 7 hours 50 minutes left in the day. Can we close above 0003399? I think we can. This is potentially the low. I really do like that as the low. If we're looking at this on the RSI, we see here you're at the areas, you're below the 45, above the 40, you're right in this zone here where you would expect to bounce. You found resistance in this area before, support right there, support a little bit lower here. You know, TOSHI doesn't have that long of an existence, but this is a pretty common area to find support from. You've got lower lows in the RSI, higher lows in the price. It's hidden bullish divergence, likely would imply continuation, continuation to the upside, right? If we're looking at this on a 4-hour basis, looking at the RSI here, we do have bullish divergence here as well. You tried, man. You really tried. Look at this, right? You've got this area right here. Once you break below this, you're going down, right? You break below that zone there. You grind out this zone here. Once you break below it, you're going down. And you did. You broke below it. You got a significant little bit below there. You had volume coming in and everything, and you went nowhere. You went nowhere at all. You actually just came right back up, and you went nowhere. So this is a fake out. I think it's a little too preemptive to call for that, but I'm a fan of preemptive moves. I'm not afraid of preemptive moves or calls. I think that this is a fake out. And I think as a fake out, we could expect TOSHI to pump probably going into the end of the day. You know, I would expect that, if not at least chill a little bit and then pump over the coming days. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I can very well be wrong, but this is the first, maybe of many, hopefully the first and only call of me saying that this is the low for TOSHI. I think that that's it right there at 00033. That's the expectation. That doesn't mean we can't go lower from here, but I would be surprised, right? And looking at the 4-hour RSI, we do have bullish divergence right there, so that would be good at least for a little bit more of a move up. But will we get it? That's the question, right? The 1-hour RSI looks pretty damn bearish, if I'm being honest, but you've been in a downtrend now for quite a while. You've been oversold multiple times. I think it's time for this downtrend to come to an end, and likely with that, you're also going to end the downtrend in your price too. So we'll see how that goes. But I'm expecting over the coming days we'll have some resolution as to whether this is or is not the low. And I think that it is. I think that we're going to move up higher from this area here. If we're looking at it from a relative high to a low, back on January 26th's high, all the way up at 002313 to the low that we had on April 7th at 0002, you know, we're at the very shallow ends of this overall retracement. We're still below the 236. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but me as an analyst, if I'm looking at anything in the fibs, I feel like I've bought at the right time or at a great time, at the most opportunistic moment on any retracement when it is below the 236. So not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I'm not telling people to buy here, but if you're asking if it's a good time to buy, my answer is absolutely yes. Yes, it's a great, this is the time to start buying. That's my assumption. Doesn't mean that we have to pump from here. We could go lower. We absolutely could. You know, we could go all the way down to 0003, but I doubt it. At this point, I doubt it, but we'll see. What we're looking for now is a little recovery. We want to get above these highs here. Once you get above 305, I think that in a matter of no time at all, you will be seeing prices at 309 to 201, somewhere up at the golden ratio zone, where you'll find your next little bout of resistance, and then you'll continue to grow going into the month of June, reaching for new all-time highs, and as we get into the end of June, piercing through our all-time high veil and seeing 0045 to 1 cent somewhere in this target area by the end of June, if not early July. That's kind of the path ahead of us. Is it going to be just one more move up, one more consolidation in a straight line? Probably not. There will probably be multiple bouts of consolidation going up, but that's just how I drew it. Maybe it happens exactly like that, but probably not. I think it's funny, man. Like some of these guys, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, you guys, but if you use a bunch of technicals and you plot a course, okay, you can try and keep that course true and see how well the price performs to that course of action. You can do that, and that's fine. But whenever you see, it's kind of a meme at this point. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about right now, but if you ever see anybody on YouTube who are like, I could see it go like this, and then they go like this. They draw out a course like this. I'm not saying that everybody who does this, because I do this all the time, right? But if they draw a course out like that, like I could see something like this happening, and then they revert back to it every single day or every single week. Like it's like, look at this, look at how I just guessed it, and look at how it's going. It's never accurate. The price will move up like this, and then it'll come down and be like, see, look at how close I was, and then it comes down like just below this low, and it's like, see, look at how close I was. It's not the price, you guys. It's gonna go in this direction. So if you just draw random squiggly lines, no matter what, you're gonna get something that's similar. But I always find it funny. You can tell that someone's not a technical analyst or they have very low experience doing it if they're just looking like, it could do this, that, I'm just, but they're not using any indicators. They're just using their eyeballs doing this. They'd be like, yeah, I could see, something exactly like this happening. And we'll check back on this over the weeks to come and see how I did. That's just dumb. That's a dumb form of analysis. If you don't know what I'm talking about, good. You're following good influence. And I'm not saying that any influencer out there who's saying like, I could see it doing this and then moving sideways, maybe it moves down. And I'm not saying that's not the same thing. I'm talking about the people that refer to this. They save their artistic drawings, if you get my drift here. They save those rather artistic drawings of theirs, and they act like they're God, or that they have some kind of foresight into the future because of it. People like that that refer to those random squiggles as if it's some kind of technical analysis, that they're oftentimes very new. Okay, that's like a telltale sign. That's something that novices do, and not all novices, just maybe egotistical novices. But anyways, getting back to work here, man. Toshi's looking like it wants to move up. I think we're at the low, and we've gone over the new all-time high perspectives. On a daily basis, I like your RSI. I like where you are. On a 3-day basis, the RSI is rather neutral, not really giving us too much. But hey, after this candle closes today in 7 hours and 43 minutes, we'll have another 3-day period open up. Maybe we will have a bit more of a directional heading after the next 3 days. Weekly time frame neutral as well. So the short-term stuff looks relatively bullish, or set up to be bullish. I suppose the 1 hour does look terrible, but oftentimes you look your worst right before you start performing well with these RSIs. So today is the FOMC meeting. I wonder, have we started it yet? I've checked every single damn video that I've made so far. I'm not going to check it here. I'm just going to do it afterwards, but I do expect some volatility to happen there. Do not panic if we dump. Do not FOMO if we pump. Odds are after the meeting, probably sometime later today, we'll regulate back down to whatever the price is. Don't let this get in the way or interfere with your game plans. Now, I will say, if we hear some like absurdly bullish news from the FOMC meeting, that's a bit of a different story. But if it's just news like quantitative easing is coming back, if it's news like interest rates are coming down, stuff that we've anticipated, don't get too excited. It's exciting stuff, but don't get overzealous, and buy the highs that come with that pump for the day, right? That's all I'm trying to say. So I hope the message is well received. I hope that you guys understand what I'm trying to say. Toshi, damn it, Toshi calling for the low. If I said turbo at all throughout this video, I'm sorry. I just made a video on turbo. Toshi calling for this to be the low. I think we're going to move up higher, and inevitably we're on a path that will take you to new all-time highs, right? The minimum target of which, let's just see here. Where is the fibs at? Man, we got to go way, way back. The minimum target of which, from the current price, would take you up about 12x, okay? If not more. So, yeah, 12x, 28x, somewhere in between, most likely. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.